It's been 12 months since a quill, and so much has passed us by. Such a scattering with evidence, and some blatant flat-out lies. Special new press sector, and Hank Breeden is his name. He is a dirty Boston lawyer, and his arguments are lame. He's trying to squash all of our experts, as he has no case to claim. He should have won an Oscar medal to convince the court he's sane. He can lie without a conscience and keep that smirk upon his face. I bet he wears those silky undies, the ones with that G-made lace.
I got you.
I am. Is so biased for the state. Is wading through 100 motions in a rush to seal my fate. So you can bring in Massachusetts, cause we all ain't got no clue. And we all know that the truth is my car is not the thing John hit.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yay, yes, let's go. You are in strife.
You guys are in trouble now, I'm telling you.
Oh, like double doo-doo trouble.
Now y'all have the odd throuple going on.
Don't say we didn't warn you.
Yeah.
You don't want to know what was going on backstage.
Oh, no, you don't. No. Didn't involve a trunk at all.
Didn't involve helicoptering either.
No.
This is gonna be really awkward for me, isn't it?
Yeah. I think we're gonna get a kick out of it, Dan, aren't we?
2.0. Are we ready for this?
Oh Lord, I'm scared. I really am.
I'm really nervous. I'm really nervous.
Yep.
And here's the odd thing about this. Not everybody on this panel thinks Karen Reed is innocent. Not at anybody in particular.
It's really divided everybody. Like it's really you're either black or white, and it's there is no in between. And
so everybody's welcome in this chat because
correct.
We just ask that you're nice to each other.
Yes.
That you treat each other with respect and let's honor each other's opinions.
Debates,
and if you don't, I'll cut your balls off and Mandy will wear them with earrings.
Yeah, so look, these are kind of roundish.
Yeah. We're more than happy to have your opinions and debates. But blanket, she's guilty because Turtle Boy did this.
Turtle Boy's bad, so she's guilty.
Yeah.
Let's just
you can bring your receipts, and we're happy to discuss.
Yeah, just because you hate somebody doesn't mean she's guilty. Just,
But she definitely is guilty.
Well, you've got to prove that to me, Dan, because I've got to hear your theory.
Yeah.
I've got mine.
So Jodie, let's hear your theory.
All right. So I don't know if you all know, but my background is in nursing. I was in nursing. So I've come from a medical scientific background. So for me, what the crux of the case comes down to is the cause of death, pretty much, and what that was. And it was blunt force trauma to the rear of his skull that caused multiple skull fractures, internal bleeding, and that what's called a contre-coup injury, which is where the impact is so hard from behind, the brain itself hits the front of the skull and causes that bruising and bleeding at the front because of the impact, inertia. So that's why you get that's why you get the swelling on the lids. Now, if you've been punched in the face, you generally get your black eye under it, or you get your brow split because there's no fat under there to protect it. Yeah. So, and the wounds that he had on his hands were here. When you punch someone, you use this part. Okay. These bits here that were bruised, I actually took a photo because I was in hospital last week and I had the exact same bruises where they put IVs into me. And I took a photo of it and I haven't uploaded it yet. But It's exactly the same. My theory. So Karen, when they drove there, Karen was not sure that, hey, fat girls need love too. Yes, we do.
Hello.
So Karen was unsure that she had been invited and that they were welcome. So she sent him in to double check and make sure that that was okay. And she said, look, come back to me. And he never did. So that's why she's cracked the shits and started sending text messages and then left and, sending all these nasty voicemails.
Right.
Now, what I think's happened is he's gone down, because it must have been a matter of minutes between Ryan Nagel leaving or arriving and him going into the house, because he was not in that car. And Julie Nagel would have been on her way out to speak to her brother, because they parked right behind Karen and nobody saw him in the car. He wasn't taking a piss. He wasn't walking around kicking the tires. He wasn't anywhere to be seen. So now there's two entrances to Fairview. I think he's gone into the one closest to the garage, which is the one that leads you directly sort of towards the kitchen. But if you take a left, it goes downstairs to the basement. His Apple Watch data said that he ascended and descended 3 flights of stairs. So my theory is he's gone into the kitchen. Where's the boys, girls? Oh, they're downstairs in the man cave, with all the weights and shit. Okay, jogs down there. Shit, forgot me beer. Jumps back up to the kitchen.
Hold on. Something important happened. Magic's here. Always make a big deal when Magic comes into the chat because he one time said that nobody said anything to him. So, hey, okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Don't you know it's magic?
Okay, sorry.
Through you, Magic.
Didn't mean to interrupt you.
That's all right. So, yeah, he's gone. Oh, shit, need a beer. Run upstairs again. Got a beer from the fridge. Ran back downstairs. Now, I believe it was Colin Albert, Brian Higgins, and Brian Albert that were downstairs. I think Colin Albert was pissed. I think he's mouthed off and said something about Karen and Brian Higgins. Like, oh, what is this old bloke, hit on your missus type of thing. John's lunged towards Higgins. The dog has jumped up, bit his arm. Colin has pushed him away. He's hit his head on one of the weight benches, slid down into like a semi-seated position, vomited on his pants, and then had a seizure, which is the 36 steps that he took after that, and then moved nothing.
Oh,
because those barbell things that hold the weight bars are the perfect size. That explains the vomit.
You're not the
and
only
because
one to think that.
because Colin was there, that's the only reason that the women and the mothers would get involved in this and would stick to it, because they're protecting a child. That's the only way. I don't think it was planned. I think it was an accident, and they shit themselves, and Karen, unfortunately, was the appropriate and easy scapegoat at the time. And I know Mazza Media thinks that as well.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because no one went to the basement. Lake came into the kitchen, so they didn't have to clean up anything. There was 3 litres of blood missing that was not on the grass under him. And how did you get hit in the back of the head like that with a 2-inch wound by a vehicle? What position do you have to be in to get that for a start? You get 60 feet of warning to lead up to that, because that's speed. That's how long it would have taken to get to that speed to cause that. Plus, the Toyota Lexus actually is fitted with what do you call them? Speed limiters and vehicle stabilizers, especially in reverse. And I actually don't think it goes to 24 miles per hour in reverse, because that is quite dangerous. How will you
keep control going 24 miles an hour in reverse?
Yep. And so when they've said, this 24 hours in reverse, the actual measurement is taken off the tire spinning, not the diff. So if it's snowy, then they would have spun faster Plus, no tyre tracks in the snow, no evidence on the car, no physical evidence whatsoever. Now, if you were a mate, like a copper, so you're Michael Proctor, and your mate says to you, mate, I don't want to cop any shit from this. I don't want to get blamed in any way, shape, or form. Would you not make it your job to find every bit of evidence to prove that you're innocent, that he's innocent? You would canvass the neighborhood. You would get the ring cameras. You would make sure that the scene was secure. You would get CSI straight down there. Like, what if you have got nothing to hide? That's what you would do. They've lied by omission because they haven't done any of this, because they know what it will show. That's where I stand anyway.
That sounds good. Dan, do you want to tell us your...
She's guilty and that's it, fucker.
No. Look, she got caught going down on everything but the Titanic. She got drunk, she got angry, and she killed him.
What'd she get angry about?
The fact that she got caught going down on everything but the Titanic.
Which is who? You mean Higgins?
Karen Reid. Let's be honest here. Karen Reid has had more pricks than a dartboard.
Name them.
And she got busted.
Who?
She got busted snogging that guy.
Brian Higgins.
What? A kiss?
Hi, Kelly.
And if you think it was just a kiss, I will sell you a bridge.
So
They both say
everyone that cheats on someone or is a murderess?
No, she got caught and she reacted badly because of stupidity and alcohol.
So why didn't anyone see or hear this happen when they all knew it moved 2 feet forward at this time and 4 foot forward that time? No one heard it.
Because
hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome in. Welcome in.
Music, alcohol, and just people talking.
Yeah, talking shit. That's what they were talking.
Of course they were. They were drunk. Who the hell doesn't talk shit when they're drunk?
Yeah, absolutely.
Look, do I think that she meant to kill him? No. I just think she was stupid and had had a lot to drink.
I think she was drunk,
yes. Oh, so you think it was an accident?
Accident might be too generous.
Okay. So you think she didn't set out to do it? It just...
Look, in the same...
She meant to do it when she left there, though?
No, I think it falls in the same class as some idiot who goes out, gets drunk, and mows down a random stranger in their car. It's that kind of event. They didn't plan to do it, but they were incredibly stupid.
Why was there no tyre tracks in the snow or any...
Because it was still heavily snowing. You wouldn't have had tyre tracks after an hour or two, never mind 5 hours.
Why wasn't there any tail light fragments at the scene?
Well, that one's up for debate because it depends who you believe. One side says there was, one side says there wasn't.
There was some that turned up. I think it was 3 or 4 pieces, but that was after the car had been to the Sally Port. And then why all this anomaly as well? Why the BS? Why the reversed inverted camera work? It's a police Sally Port. You should look after your CCTV footage. That's important. Yeah?
Yes, but you're ruling out one of the big factors that people always read too much into, and conspiracy theories always come out of it.
No.
Never assign something to malicious intent when it can be explained by incompetence.
That is a very good point. That's
I mean, there is no doubt. I believe Canton Reid is guilty. However, the Boston Police Department handled this like a bunch of drunken idiots.
Yes.
Which, let's be fair, they were a bunch of drunken idiots. They all went out and got drunk that night. They all...
Well, no, I mean the actual investigation was handled as if they were still drunk.
Well, they were. They were all drunk that night.
They made an absolute hash of making things clear. They created doubt where there should never have been doubt, and there wasn't doubt until the police created it.
So why wouldn't they have gotten that ring camera footage from across the road, which would have shown clearly what happened?
Laziness and
simple thing.
incompetence.
So why change the time of the tow truck?
Laziness
Jodie.
and incompetence.
Jody, he's entitled to his opinion on the matter. Don't argue every point with him.
No, it's fine. That's the point of having us all here with differing opinions.
Look, I have an open mind, and I have had my mind changed before. I thought Zachariah Anderson was guilty of sin all the way along until I had Nick Starrow on my channel. And he pointed out one thing to me, that the car travelled 30 minutes in either direction and did not get picked up on any camera, anywhere, on a business, on a road, on a house, nothing. That car did not get picked up either way. There's so many goddamn cameras, you cannot not get picked up.
I remember when I first heard about the Karen Reed case, I was like, yeah, she's guilty. And then I listened to Emily D. Baker go over the fine details of the case, and I was like, you know what?
And again,
maybe she's not actually.
At the end of the day, we all have a right to a fair trial, and we all are innocent until proven guilty.
And that's what I want from the chat. I want you guys, if you don't
have
know
an
nothing
open
about,
mind.
If you know nothing about the case, go into this like a juror.
Yeah.
I want you to
If
listen
you can
to the
convince
facts.
me otherwise and tell me there's another reasonable explanation, I'm all ears.
Well, here's the thing. All three of us are going into this with a bias, but you guys don't have to. Go into this like a juror if you know nothing about the case. Go into it, listen to all the details and the facts and the evidence, and make up your mind. That's what I really want you guys to do. But
however, if you don't want to do that, available at our online store are your pitchforks and your burning torches so that you can go on a full-blown witch hunt. All available at the low, low price of $999.
Lord have mercy.
How funny was that?
So here's my idea of the case. Here's what I think happened. I think that because after the case concluded, that there was a screaming match that come out at Waterfall at the bar between John and Brian Higgins, and I think that Brian Higgins said, "Okay, meet me at 34 Fairview. We'll fight this out." And so he showed up at 34 Fairview to fight Brian Higgins. That's exactly what happened. He knocked John out. Maybe John fell down the steps and hit his head on that bar that we talked about. And the Apple footage picked up the him falling down the steps, and they didn't know what to do because he was either dead or dying. So they threw him out in the snow and said, maybe we can pull off the fact that she hit him, or that he got hit by a car, or that he just never came in the house.
I think they've shit themselves, and they've all convened in the kitchen and
worked out the story.
Discussed what's happened for the evening, and somehow the tail light has come up, and they've used that and got their story straight. And
there is one thing you have to say, though. Karen Reed hasn't helped herself. She has changed her story 10 or 20 times at this point.
What do you mean?
How is he? Here's my question. How is he laying there in the snow dying, and all these people leave the house, get in their cars to leave, and not see a grown man that's 6 foot tall, 200 pounds, laying in the snow? How do they not see that?
Because it's snowing.
It didn't actually start snowing until later on that morning.
It was snowing.
No, it was snowing. It was snowing when they got there.
When they left, it was heavily snowing.
It was heavily snowing, but there wasn't that much snow on the ground.
No,
but people just don't look. They're all drunk.
I get that they don't look and that they're drunk.
It's cold and it's snowing.
Ryan Nagel wasn't drunk.
But who was the girl on stand that said she's seen a blob in the snow?
That was the sister Julie Nagel.
Julie.
When she came out, because Ryan Nagel came to pick her up. Why? Like my brother,
don't you check? Why don't you check and see what it is?
Can you come and pick me up? And he turns up, and I go, oh no, I'm going to stay a bit longer. Oh, I would cop a bollocking.
I mean, if you see a blob in the snow that could possibly be a person,
Yeah.
then you are complicit if you don't check. You should be held
Yeah.
accountable as well. That's just awful to me.
I feel the same. I absolutely feel the same. And I actually said to Teresa on, I think, Discord today, I don't know if I can actually have my face on for the verdict.
I'll have my face on for the verdict. I'll probably be crying, but I'll have my face on for the verdict.
I don't. If the trial goes the way I think that it's going to go, because I don't think we've even scratched the surface of the dirty Brennan tactics yet. I don't think we've even seen half of his. And he's got 250,000 incentive to win at all costs. How is that considered a fair trial? How?
Yeah.
That is
Jackson's
just
being paid more, so we could argue that. But
she's defending her life.
Yeah,
he's got nothing to lose. Nothing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, but neither of her lawyers, they've got nothing to lose.
No, but they've got 10 other district attorneys that could have done the job.
Yeah, but if they win, they will never want for a client.
Who? Karen's attorneys?
Yeah. Think about the clients that'll be banging their door just down.
And I know there's a lot. I mean, there's so many clickbaiters out there that are putting rubbish up and spreading so much speculation that people are just soaking it up instead of actually following the facts. Like, and any bit of evidence you can twist that to fit your own narrative, no matter what you want. But at the end of the day, it's up to the jury to decide what is the facts of the case.
Yeah.
And I really hope that they don't get fooled by. Yeah, it's too early to say fuckwit, isn't it? Oh shit, I said it.
They're not going to get fooled. They're going to vote her guilty.
I don't know how I'm going to cope if that does.
You know what? And the bad thing is I think Dan's right. I think they probably will find her guilty, and I think that they're determined to do it at all cost.
I agree. That's why they brought Brennan in.
And I hope they don't. Don't get me wrong. I really hope she's found innocent. But I think he's right. I think they're determined to find her guilty.
Yep.
She has not helped her own defense at all.
Oh, I'll agree with you on that.
Yeah,
she needs to keep her mouth shut.
Yes.
She needs to keep her mouth shut.
Hey,
all these interviews.
People talk. Innocent people talk.
Yeah,
but that doesn't mean that they should.
A decent lawyer, the first thing a decent lawyer will tell you is shut the hell up.
Yes.
Yeah, but I think they were so confident in the fact that she was going to be exonerated in the first trial that they
were idiots.
I know.
The verdict form was
I agree with you.
Ridiculous. I've never seen one that has all 3 charges on the one form.
Yes, I have.
I do like him. Yeah,
I have. Yeah, the Betterow files were crazy. Did you read the Betterow files?
I've listened to bits and pieces of it, but he's very repetitive in what.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, so.
But still, really,
I do love him though. I do think he's great. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I actually really like Nurse. Have you heard of Nurse Kim?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
well,
you guys are doing this wrong. Wait a minute. You guys are doing this wrong. What? No. All the other people that are covering this channel all suck, covering this trial, all suck, and they're all useless and terrible at it.
Apart from us, you mean?
Yeah.
We're the dream team.
Yeah, I've heard of Betterow. He stinks.
Terrible.
You need to come right here.
I mean, I'm telling you.
He's not covering it.
He's probably off murder.
Oh, I'm just kidding. Then Betterow's great.
Nah, he's probably just off murdering kittens or something.
Oh,
no, really, honestly, Betterow's great, and the Betterow files were awesome. You need to either read them or listen to them if you have it. They're really eye-opening.
He doesn't have his own channel, does he? He just goes to other channels. Is that right?
He does have his own channel, yeah.
Does he? Oh.
He mainly channel hops, but he does have his own channel.
Well, I tried to. I have sent a Twitter to Nurse Kim to see if she'd come and join us for one of the.
I'm friends with her on Discord. Do you want me to send her?
Oh, are
a
you?
message? Yeah.
Yes, please. Because she explains the contract. She did an interview with way back before the first trial. She got hold of the medical examiner's report, and she went through that like brilliantly, and she explained what this contra-acute injury was and how it. I mean, I've done a few presentations and stuff on it myself, but she just explained it so well, and yeah, she'd be fantastic to have on to explain, because at the end of the day, that is what caused his death. Doesn't matter whose dick she sucked, who she kissed, who she texted, how many fights they had in Aruba. None of that shit matters. What killed him was blunt force trauma to the back of the head. That's it.
Yeah. And it is also possible that he was hit in the back of the head and was still alive, and there is a main artery that goes through your arm and was bit, and it punctured that artery in his arm.
No, they weren't deep enough.
It wasn't deep enough? Okay. Okay. You definitely know more about that than me. My background, for people
that was superficial.
That don't know, is definitely not as medical as hers. I was a CNA for a while, but that's, that's butt wiping if you know anything about CNAs. But I worked for Pfizer Pharmaceuticals for 10 years, and I am now a YouTube producer, which means I just do things for other people's YouTube channels and not so much for mine here lately.
No, I was a special surgical nurse specialist, and then I went and did my intensive care and coronary care certificate and worked there.
Wow.
So, yeah. So
my
I'm not
background is I spent 43 years being an arsehole, and I'm really fucking good at it at this point.
Well, we finally agree on something.
And we agree.
Golf clap.
Not from a car. Yeah, Magic, they're definitely not from a car. They're definitely not from a
No,
car.
those could easily be from a car. Actually, my background is engineering, and I'm telling you, they could be from a car.
Oh, okay.
So that polycarbonate.
How? I would really like to know. Like, I'm being serious. How?
It's from the undercarriage of the car. It's from the various bolts, from the various bushings,
so
from the edges of the plastics.
How are they straight like that?
Because the initial impact would be the light, then he would be dragged underneath.
But there was no bruising or gravel or dirt in any of those wounds.
If you had snow underneath, it would act as a lubricant. It's not an issue.
I've been dragged by a car down a driveway.
Gosh, Jodie.
I have. I was sat at the bottom of a driveway, and the guy hadn't put his handbrake on, and I got dragged between, you know how the concrete driveway comes out? I was between the wheel and the curb, and both sides of my thighs, I think I was about 12 at the time, both got dragged down this driveway. It was horrid. And just from that, the dirt and gravel that they got out of that on a concrete thing.
Yeah, but that would be with dry, where you have snow, it's wet, it will act as a lubricant.
Yeah, Magic, I agree with you. It was just cracked. It was not it was not broken completely out. Hey, cheeky monkey.
I mean, one of the things they did fail to do at the first trial, either side failed to do, was they did fail to address properly where the other injuries came from. They came up with their theories, but they never presented any evidence, actual factual evidence. I'm not talking about some weirdo who claims to be a dog specialist. That they both found some of the weirdest ones to pull up. But I mean, actual evidence of, okay, this is the bolt that caused this. This is the bolt pattern that caused this injury.
And
this is all doable.
Tells me that they thought of the plan first before they actually went to get the evidence to fix it.
Okay, so I have a hypothetical here, and I hate to say this out loud, but it's always floated in the back of my head. Could he have been bending over to pick up a phone he dropped and been backed into. And
He
that
had
No.
60 feet of warning. 60 feet.
No. The only way
and like the
it
bumper
would
hit
work,
him in the back of the head or something.
no,
Okay.
with the brain injury he had,
Nope.
the only way it would work was if he was hit by the vehicle from the front. The impact is not from the vehicle that did the damage to his head; it's from the ground
No.
hitting his
It was
head.
a linear. No, it was a linear wound. 2 inches straight.
Yeah, but that could be a branch or anything lying in the snow. It could
It
be
was
anything.
snowing. It could have been lubricated.
Then how did? Then he has no other bruises or broken bones. How is that
Exactly.
possible if you get hit by a car?
The other thing that I've always questioned, if she was in a collision, she would have had bruising from her seatbelt and a potential airbag deployment.
No, she wouldn't have had seatbelt bruising by reversing.
Oh,
Well-
you don't have boobs, Dan. I'm
Well,
sorry,
you can-
but you
call-
No.
you get
It's-
It caused that much of a head injury and not a seatbelt bruise.
Because she's going backwards. If she was going forwards, yeah, it's all to do with physics.
No.
You might be right. You might be right because
It's
it-
to do
it
with
would-
physics
it
and the
wouldn't
laws
cause
of
the seat-
momentum.
It wouldn't cause
You
the
would
seatbelt
be
to
slammed back into the seat, not forward into the seatbelt.
He might be right about that.
So
It
you
wouldn't cause
reckon
the
she was
seatbelt to catch.
you reckon he was hit from the front of the car?
No, he was hit with the arse end of the car and the car was going backwards. When the impact occurred, she would be thrown into her seat, not thrown forward.
What about the airbag deployment?
The airbag deployment, some cars, without looking into the details of that model, but some cars,
All right.
if you're in reverse, they do not deploy if you're below a certain speed.
All right. What about the speed limiters and the
Again, you would have to see whether that
I looked.
particular model.
I looked. And I
there's a problem.
I even know how many pounds per pressure it takes to break that polycarbonate.
You would have to look very, very specifically, as in you would have to have the VIN
That
number
model?
of that vehicle. No, you'd have to have the individual VIN number of that vehicle to know whether it was fitted or not.
But it's standard in the Lexus.
It depends what year. And it's not what year you bought
top
it,
of the
it's what
range.
year. No, it depends what year it was produced. Now, that thing, when you buy a new car, that car may have been produced 12 to 18 months before you bought it, even though it's brand new.
Yeah.
And you'd have to actually look up to that level of specifics
But
to
But
be
we
able to say.
know from the
2000 model?
details of the case that she only had it for 2 months though.
Yeah,
It was a
but
late
that's
model,
her.
though, wasn't
But
it?
you don't know when it was built. You only know when it was first registered, which is very different from when it was actually
That's
built.
true, yes. But it's a Lexus. It's top of the range.
Lexus
They
are
come
not
with that
top of
shit.
the range. Lexus are crap.
Lexus are nice cars.
They are not.
My Kia says it is.
Yeah,
I
love
would rather
Toyotas.
have your Kia than a Lexus.
Really?
Yes.
Oh no, I'm Toyota all the day, all the way, always.
Magic, I totally get it. I totally get it. But
Yeah.
honestly, I do give credit to Turtle Boy for this blowing up. I
No.
do.
No.
It's-
At the start,
No.
he did
But-
uncover a few things.
But I do think
No.
he went too far with some things.
Yeah,
This is the thing, though. This story was getting national coverage before Turtle Boy took it up.
I just like him for his past too. I do.
Yeah.
I just like him for the things he did in the past.
Hey, we could always get you that video for you to see, Mandy.
No, I don't want to see it. Thank you. I'm good.
Also, Turtle Boy, if you're listening, go fuck yourself, Adrian.
Oh my gosh! Come on.
Lord,
Give my channel some kind of break here.
I was talking about Turtle Boy. It doesn't count as swearing if you're being accurate.
Oh my gosh!
to our
Goddamn failed
sponsors, we are
teacher.
not affiliated.
Oh my gosh!
Hey,
Who's going to
audience,
sponsor us?
the worst-
Lexus?
the worst bit, audience, is this might be a surprise to you guys. These two knew exactly what they were getting.
Ugh.
You know what? Whenever I get a new subscriber, I go, welcome and suffer in your jocks. You chose to be here. The choice was yours. What you do?
I'm like the angel on both of their shoulders.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Yeah, you don't want to know what I did to the last angel.
Oh dear.
I only thought of it because I looked at the screen and saw tick tick boom. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I do give him credit for it getting national attention. I do.
I don't.
I do. But he went too far with things, tracking people down to their houses and screaming out, ringing their doorbells and stuff. That was going too far.
I think his mode operandi is drama.
Yep.
I think that the more drama that you create, whether it's good or bad, it's still attention. And I don't think that we'll hear from him once this trial is over.
All Turtle Boy cares about is being the center of attention and making money off being the center of attention.
Oh, that's all he cares about now. Yeah.
Well, that's what Sean McDonough.
That's all he's always cared about.
That's why they split, because Sean McDonough called him on it.
I mean, you know full well I've had debates with Turtle Boy Mandy.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you had that.
He's a piece of shit.
That masterclass debate with him.
Oh, the one where he got porn bombed with his own porn.
Oh no, I didn't know anything about that.
Ooh,
mm-hmm.
That's nasty.
They opened it up to an open panel at the end, and someone jumped up and played his own masturbation video to him.
He did go to jail for this case, and he's probably going to go to prison, but it's kind of his fault too.
I think you might be onto something there, Magic. Yep. Now, I heard on the grapevine, don't know, ask me where, that apparently him and his girlfriend have split. Is that right?
Yep.
Has anyone?
I've heard that.
Well, him and his wife, yeah.
They're not married.
No, him and Meredith didn't get married.
I thought they were married.
No, they were engaged, but they didn't get married.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
I also heard
oh no.
grapevine.
No, you don't need to hush at all. Never, never.
No, not the new girlfriend Magic, the mother of the children, the one that's put up with all this crap for all these years. He still has about 14 other girls that he's dicking.
Well, I also heard through the grapevine that him and Karen were together, but I don't know if that's true.
Yeah.
I know that her attorneys are awful protective over him.
Well, that's because they don't
want
try
to control him. Yeah.
No, they're worried he'll take the stand and say about how much money her brother was giving him.
Yeah, see, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that either.
Oh, yeah, her brother bought him a car. That nice car that Turtle Boy drives round about in and does all his harassing in. That was paid for by Karen Reed's brother.
Yeah, her family loves him.
But it also annoys me with Karen Reed that they've been doing all these GoFundMes and that for her. Her family has plenty of freaking money. Pay your own damn bills, people.
She didn't ask for it.
I think they have.
Yes, she did. She did. She asked for it. There's plenty of recordings of her wanting them to do GoFundMes for her.
It's for attorney's fees. It's costing her out the butt.
No, the attorney's fees are all paid.
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No.
They've been paid. Their contract is paid up. They've had to reveal it.
It's not paid. It's here. I'll pull it. I'll pull it because they make it public on their website.
Mm-hmm.
I just seen it the other day. Okay, she's incurred over $5 million in legal fees, and she still owes $1.2 million. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, and how much of those are actually the ones that she tried to pull a crafty one and put through the 5-star hotel she's been staying at through his legal fees? And oh yes, she has done that one.
Here, let me pull it up. Can I share this? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Well, it's
That
it knocked me out. Well, no, that's us. Just
Oh.
kidding.
Woo!
Sorry.
Oh my god, that's much. Wait, they're all moving again.
That's what I wanted to share right there.
Why are we all moving?
Because
I don't know. That's what I wanted to share right there. Okay, right there. So this is from the Boston Herald. It says she owes, well, move. Okay, $5 million in legal fees, and this is where she had to like share everything that she owed.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of questions about how much of that stuff was actually genuine.
Because you can't legally ask for
Including-
attorney's fees in GoFundMe's, can you? That's.
Well,
you can't do that.
Yes, you can.
You
Yes,
can.
you can. Oh, yes.
You
But
can,
Tom was
but
told he couldn't.
GoFundMe
Yes, you can.
GoFundMe doesn't like you doing it.
Yeah, Ty was told that he couldn't do it.
You can.
Yeah, you're not supposed to. But it's only GoFundMe's rules. It's not a law.
Okay.
That's why
So
we
you
raise
can't
money
do
for
that.
like
Don't
on
do it.
YouTube channels and things like that. That's because GoFundMe does allow you to raise money for dangerous acts. And she's being
But they take
prosecuted
a percentage too.
for murder. So yeah, she still owes. So it's gone down from the 1.2 million to 849,000. Where did I just see that? 849,000, which is a
But it
lot
just
of money.
annoys me that
I just
all
saw
these
it. Where did I
people
see
are
that?
being persuaded to go give her money when her family has money and she's staying in a 5-star hotel.
She has to stay in a hotel near the courthouse.
Courthouse.
She does not have to stay in a 5-star hotel. The court
Well,
did
where
not
did I just see
specify which hotel.
She stays in a hotel with her attorney so they can work on the case at night.
Mm-hmm. And so they can get away with putting her hotel bill as part of the legal fees.
$849,900 is still under contract. So-
Go fruit me donation. I like it. That's clever.
Go fruit me.
Yeah. Now I don't know if you guys have heard, but I've bought this database thing, and I've spent the last 3. It's really, really sad to look at my YouTube history because I tell you what, it takes at least 4 pages of scrolling before you get anything other than Karen Reed. So I've bought this. It's a software that it's based. It's for lawyers, but it's AI based. It uses ChatGPT as its engine.
Oh, that's
But
cool.
you upload. Well, I've uploaded every transcript from every day of the last trial. Every
Wow.
transcript, word for word, and I've put it into this database. And I've spent all day playing with it. Talk about a rabbit hole, but it actually gives you questions. Like it's called AI for lawyers. You can ask it any questions, and it will give you a factual-based answer on what it's been put in, like from the transcripts. So it's all trial stuff. And my plan is, once trial 2 starts tomorrow, I will be re-uploading those and then doing comparisons of testimonies between witnesses from trial 1 and trial 2 to see if there's any discrepancies and all sorts of stuff. So that will be done at on the podcast with Steve. I think we'll probably be starting that maybe I would think Thursday night because it's a recap. So trial starts Tuesday, yeah?
Yep.
Which is Wednesday morning for me, or Wednesday night for me. And it's running at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I think that's Thursday morning for me. So
What
maybe
time?
Wednesday night, 8 p.m.
Is it
is the
it's
first
9
one.
a.m.?
Hey, do not make Australians do math. You know this will not
It's
work
an
well.
evening. It's a night time. It's an 8 p.m. every day. So we're going to do a recap, and we're going to use this database tool so that people can actually ask the questions they want to ask and get some answers from it. So it'll be 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I think, from Wednesday. I know he's away at the moment. He's got some family issues going on, but he will be back with us on the... So it's For the Record podcast. The link is in the description box. Put it on your calendars, peeps, because it's really interesting. The things that it comes up with, suggestions and what it wants you to ask, and it's like, okay.
I do agree with you to have on one part. This is supposed to be about justice for John O'Keefe, and
Absolutely.
you rarely hear his
Absolutely.
name. You rarely hear the man's name.
I agree.
It's sad.
Yep.
It's sad.
But how do you get justice when you pay $225,000 taxpayer dollars? That's not justice. Not in my book.
He's getting that just for this one trial?
I found this the other day too. Check that out.
10%. Just a 10%?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Gesture infidelity to serious injury risk, 20 miles an hour. And there's a vision. Oh, there was a vision one too, like as in the reverse camera, what she would have said. Oh, she would have had the beeper going off and everything. Like,
yeah, but drunk.
It would have been even worse then.
And why is there 2 minutes missing from the City Library of their CCTV footage?
There's camera footage missing everywhere, which I find very suspect.
There's too much butt dialing, too much bullshit to not be a
too much
cover-up.
Rehoming, phone rehoming, home
and now the
rehoming,
dogs
rehoming.
Watch,
we don't know that those teeth reprints came from Chloe. We don't know that.
But there's too many variables there. The dog is older, so these teeth will be softer. You cannot reconstruct the arm. You don't know how, what his skin thickness was like, how much fluid he had on board, the angle, whether Chloe's teeth were damaged at the time, the pressure. There is so many things. They can't reconstruct that. It's impossible. There's too many variables. And
bite mark analysis, all bite mark analysis is bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but that's what Brennan's got as rebuttal witness.
Why would I just want her to get away with it? Why? What reason would I have for that? Like, I'm just curious. What? I have no reason for that at all. I'm very pro police, actually. If you watch my channel, I am very pro police. So I have no reason just to want her to get away with it. I don't want a murderer out on the street. By no means.
And I definitely don't, because I think she's guilty.
I have a 21-year-old son that lives up north-ish of me. I don't want to murder on the street.
All right. In saying that, then, so the ARCA witness is being paid.
Hey,
Makes
Trissa.
no difference to her guilt or innocence either. None. Got nothing to do with it. Sweetheart, how you feeling? Are you done all your painting? Oh dear. Yay. And that's Elizabeth with her. She's using her boyfriend's phone.
Oh, that's Kelly.
Yeah.
Oh, is Elizabeth? Oh,
yeah,
hey.
Yeah.
I know who you are now. 2 minutes are
Been
missing.
unwell
because of
too.
Changing times as we know it. You know, I wouldn't be overly surprised. The ARCA witnesses being paid.
No, it does not. Stop it.
Of course, they're being paid. They're professionals.
But they were paid 3 weeks after the end of trial, and the report they gave was absolutely non-biased because it was given to both sides and done before either side knew it was done by the feds, for the feds, with their narrative. No bias. At the time he was asked, they hadn't been paid, so he wasn't lying. At the time they were asked, at trial, they had not been paid.
Yeah,
he wasn't paid until 3 weeks after, and that's what Brennan failed to address and left it hanging for a week so that people could have this carrot and dangle and go, oh my God, the defenses are all liars now. And objection achieved.
Yeah, Brendan has a tendency to leave things out to make it look a certain way.
You think?
To make it look a certain way.
Yeah.
That is kind of his job.
No, his job is to present a fair and non-biased.
No, it's not. No.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
No. His job is to successwally prosecute a case. He is the prosecutor. He is not an investigator.
Goes to shit then. Where is the justice in that?
He's not an investigator. He is not a member of the jury. He is not a judge. He is there to prosecute. That's it.
He's there to present the evidence in a non-biased way to a
No,
jury
he's there to secure a conviction.
that.
His job is to get a conviction. The defense team's job is to make sure that doesn't happen, and the jury's job is to wade through a mountain of shit and figure out what really happened.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: they have to prove she did it. She doesn't have to prove that she didn't. They're the ones with the burden, and they are failing to meet that burden. I think they are failing to meet it.
But there's so much speculation and stuff out there that people that don't know the difference between the two could weigh that more heavily than the factual. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I'm scared that that's what's going to happen. I'm not looking forward to it.
Also, even if she gets found guilty, she won't be in jail as long as Turtle Boy. Just saying.
Why? Do I want to know?
She's facing like up to 20 years in prison. He's facing up to 140 years in prison.
For what?
His intimidation charges.
Oh.
He is in more trouble than she is.
His witness intimidation charges by a felon. So that's not going to work out too well.
Well, that's completely separate. It's got nothing to do with Karen's guilt. And I think it's being very, very much tied into it.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I agree with you.
Yeah.
I think it, in reply to what Udef saying that, I think it's highly unlikely that even if she's found guilty, Karen Reed would get life.
I think that she 100% needs to be found guilty on the lesser included of drunk driving.
Yep. Well, they all needed to be. They all drunk drove. All of them. Every single one of them.
But I think she absolutely is guilty of that. You need to
bring some receipts, Udef. Bring some receipts.
But
she probably did conspire with Turtle Boy on that, but she's never going to get found guilty on that because the first thing she's going to do on that is give evidence against Turtle Boy.
Uh-huh.
And she'll be granted immunity so that they have the evidence on Turtle Boy.
I don't think she does. I think she deserves to get her license taken for a year. She deserves to pay a hefty fine. You know that
she's paid a hefty fine.
You know, I mean, for the drunk driving charge, and have that put on her record. I know you are, but that's it. I think that's what she's guilty of, and that's all.
I mean, personally, I think if she's found guilty, she should do somewhere between 10 and 20 years. Would be an appropriate sentence.
Is that for second degree or like a lesser included?
Second degree.
She's not being charged with second degree though, so they wouldn't find her guilty of that.
There's always a lesser included, isn't there? Always.
I thought there was.
She's not being charged with second degree.
It'll be included in there for sure. For sure. She's
it's
probably being charged with first degree, but it'll be in the
See, I don't. I think first degree is a. I think first
she is
degree
being
would be
charged
a
with second degree.
stretch.
I thought she was being charged with criminal intent.
No, they couldn't get
See, second degree makes sense.
Okay.
First degree would be one hell of a stretch because there's no premeditation.
She's not charged with first degree. Okay, I'm going to pull up the juror form just because I'm curious to see what it looks like. If we can find the most recent one, let me.
There is so many documents and my plan was actually to add all of these motions, between the two trials and put that into this database. I might do it at some point and just see what influence, because it will tell you what influence and percentages for prosecution and defense and all sorts of stuff. It tells you everything. It's amazing. I just got to wade through how to do it. I'm not very good at it.
Okay, NBC Boston actually has it posted for the retrial.
See, I thought it was second degree murder.
And it may be. You may be right.
It is. It is.
It is second degree murder. Yeah. Oh wow, they have this form really simple. They're like, we ain't going through this again, y'all. We are not going through this again.
So one charge per form this time?
Yeah. Yeah, look at this.
Good. Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Can you add it?
Yeah, let me zoom into it a little bit.
Sorry, I didn't realize you could do it. Sweet.
All right, let me zoom into this form a little bit. It's awfully small. Oh, will it not let me zoom into it? You better let me zoom into this thing. Is it not?
How did you save it?
It is not letting me zoom in. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Allow.
Oh, look at that.
It zoomed into the bottom. Really?
Yeah.
Zoom into the top. Go away. Are you kidding me?
I ain't going to pay $500 for that bed. That's a crappy bed.
That's shit, yeah.
Are you kidding me? All right. Mattress Firm, that is not what I wanted. Go away. This is... All right, let me save this image, and then I'll pull it up for my saved stuff. Did it save? Let's see if it saved. Let me see if it saved.
So we've got. Now, where did I save it? The witness lists for both sides. I'm sure I've got it here somewhere. Let's have a look. See.
Yeah, of course it didn't save. That's okay.
Where did I save you? Not under videos, you dipshit. Oh my god.
Just be careful you don't pull up your porn file.
There isn't one. Trust me on that.
I'm crazy, you guys. All right.
I meant Mandy.
Oh.
That's under animals.
Oh my gosh.
All right. I think this is the prosecutions. Wow.
And yes, before anyone comments about there not being much Karen Reid trial stuff today, that's because the trial doesn't start till tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yes.
Okay. Can I try to pull this up?
Yeah. You knock
Even
yourself
though
out, love. I'm looking for the witness lists.
my computer's not exactly cooperating with me on things for some reason. But
It's
They're
probably
calling
like its
them
owner and old.
Sullivans again.
okay,
They're calling
that's a
Marietta.
little. This is a little bit better. Okay, so this is. They got not guilty, guilty of offense as charged, so those are lesser included. Guilty of lesser included offense, and this
So it's
is
still on the one form.
It's still on the one form. Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I know. So they don't have a not guilty on here again. Well, they do.
Oh.
Yeah, actually they do. I'm sorry. Not guilty is the very first thing. And they've got guilty of lesser included charge of vehicular homicide, liquor negligence, which I'm having a bad feeling that's what they're going to find her guilty of. Motor vehicle homicide of operating motor vehicle while under the influence of alcohol. How is that different than the first one?
Yeah.
Motor vehicle
Actually,
homicide by
there's probably a
operating.
few people here that may not have seen the first trial. Should I do a quick recap, or do you want me to just quick run through?
That's completely up to you.
All right. So, John was 46 from Braintree, blah, blah, blah. He had reconnected with Karen, who was, I think they were dating in school. His sister had passed away, and his brother-in-law as well, within a few months of each other. And he then took custody of his niece and nephew to look after them full time. And that's when Karen came on the scene. This particular night, they were out drinking at a bar in Canton, and then went to the waterfall. Hadn't really been in that social group for very long, didn't know them very well. They all were drinking. They all got invited back to Brian Albert's house, who is a retired Boston police officer who's also on Boston's, is it Most Wanted or Boston's Finest or something like that, some police
I think it's Boston
show.
Finest.
He well known in the community, and it was his house that the after party was at, and it was his home that John was found on the lawn of the morning of the 29th of January, I think, was it 22? And he was found, I think it was at 12 feet from the curb or something to that, somewhere around that.
Yeah. They said it was exactly halfway between the door and the curb.
Yep. His autopsy showed that he had lost 3 liters of blood. His cause of death was from blunt force trauma to the back of his head. He had a 2-inch laceration to the back of his head, and that caused massive skull fractures and hemorrhaging. And he also had lacerations to his right arm. But other than that, no bruising, no broken bones, nothing. Nothing to indicate a vehicle pedestrian collision. There was no physical evidence. There is actually no evidence whatsoever to connect the car
like
to
he was just hit in the back of the head.
There was a hair on steroids. There was a hair on steroids. One hair on the bumper that survived a tow truck and a blizzard to the Sally Port. And there was touch DNA, which you would expect on a car that he is sharing with his girlfriend. No blood anywhere, none on any of the tailgate pieces. There was nothing.
But they practically lived together. They stayed together most.
Yeah. Of course, there's going to be a hair or touch DNA on the car, but no blood.
Now, hang on. It depends which side you believe about whether there was physical evidence.
There was no blood.
The defense claims there was no physical evidence. The prosecution claims there was a lot of physical evidence.
Well, that's
because the defense has been switching between there was no physical evidence to the physical evidence was planted. They can't make up their mind which strategy they're running with.
How would one hair stick to a bumper in a blizzard?
You don't know how many hair there may have been 100 hairs to begin with. Only one survived,
and no blood. Oh, and a piece of glass as well. It's just a shit show. It's a real shit show.
Didn't they find pieces of glass on her bumper after they had towed it all the way? Yeah. And I'm sorry.
And the hair.
You tow it all that way in a snowstorm.
In a blizzard.
You're not going to find any pieces of glass on the bumper. It's all going to be falling off at that point.
Depends where exactly on the bumper it was found.
Did you not see the footage on the...
See, this is what I want here. I want people, asking themselves questions.
Which good question? What was it? What?
I don't know.
I don't know. Thank you, I think. I don't know what question I've asked. But yeah, like, I just think if I was, well, for the start, Michael Proctor should not have been doing the investigation. There was a conflict right there, and they knew it, and he still did it. There was no search of the house. There was no, and Brian Albert didn't even hello. He's a goddamn police officer. He's just gone all the way to New York to go to a funeral of a fellow police officer, and he can't come outside of his house to see what's going on about another one that's just been at his house. Really? I'm sorry. That did it for me. No search of the house. No warrants. No, not even a crime scene investigator touched the place. They didn't secure the crime scene. Nothing. Now, if you were trying to prove your friend innocent and show that he had nothing to worry about, you would turn everything upside down.
Hang on, but that's a false premise. That's not what the investigation was supposed to do. It was not supposed to prove that the Alberts were innocent.
No, that's true.
But I would come out of the house. If there was a body on my front yard, I'd be on the porch going, "Excuse me, what is going on?"
Ambulances, lights, telling me he didn't hear that. Come on. He knew.
And if there was a body on my front lawn too, you better believe they're searching my house. You know why? Because I'm not a cop. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's the reason. I'm not a cop. I'm not married to a cop. I don't have
you
cops
wouldn't
all in
come
my
outside
family.
when there's 2 ambulances and 3 fire engines and women screaming out the front of your house. You wouldn't go out to see what's going on, especially if you're a copper.
I'm sorry. I'm calling shenanigans on that one.
Yeah. A police officer cannot help themselves. And that to me says, well, all right, if I go outside, then I've involved myself in the case, and then I become part of it. And then I get asked questions, and then I have to have the house, they have probable cause to come in and search the house. And the snowball effect. If he doesn't come out, there is
another reason that would make sense for him not coming out.
He's a lazy fat fuck.
No.
Drunk and passed out?
No, not the drunk
part. He's not dialing while he was shagging his missus. That's right.
No. There is the possibility he didn't come out because he may have been recreationally using drugs.
He had drugs in the house.
That doesn't surprise
me. And he's concerned
slightest
about that. It doesn't affect whether he had anything to do with it or Karen Reid's innocent or guilt, but it is a reason why he wouldn't come out.
But there was the house across the road with the CCTV footage had a clear view of that entire front lawn. Why didn't anyone ask for that? Why did anyone canvass the neighborhood?
Dan said it earlier, just it might not have been corruption as far as that goes. It might have just been incompetence.
Now, does anyone know what Hank Brennan was doing prior to coming to this trial? because
I do.
he was the defense attorney for Whitey Bulger, and his defense strategy was pretty much the same as what he's doing now. Was just attacking the opposite's credibility on every witness that he could do. If he couldn't eliminate them, he would attack their credibility. Now, in that investigation, he discovered a shit ton of police corruption, a shit ton, and he actually got accolades for it. So for him to say that there is no such thing as that when he has just dealt with it and exposed it, it's another load of BS.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yes, that one.
What? Whitey Bulger.
Yes, the one that was killed. Yeah, he was killed in prison.
Oh, was he?
Yes,
Oh.
he was beaten to death.
Oh dear, what a shame! Such a terrible thing.
Well, what I think Hank does is he focuses on the worst threats to his case, and he attacks them the most.
Yeah, because that's his job. He plays to win.
So in the Whitey Bulger case, the main thing that was that Whitey Bulger didn't want was because he was being called a jailhouse snitch, and he did not want that at all. So that was Hank's go-to. So he used that as part of his defense strategy to discredit the people about to do with this
Yeah, and look
jailhouse
what I
snitch.
got Whitey. It got Whitey beat to death. I mean, like literally.
Doesn't matter. Hank got paid. He doesn't care. Same as now. No different. Just the roles reversed. That's all it is.
Do you think they'll let Lally talk, or will he just stump on the log?
No. Who's doing the openings? Is it Jackson
Jackson's doing the opening.
and dipshit?
Well, unless they switch it.
Well, that's what's on the schedule. Is Jackson doing the opening?
Oh, you got the court schedule, have you?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. They can switch
No,
that
that's
right
just what
up
they said
until
the
the
other
last
day.
minute.
That's just what they said in court the other day, that Jackson was doing the opening.
Have you got the actual docket for tomorrow? Like whose witnesses are on at all? Who's been called?
The court witnesses. It's in your file. In your
No,
trial.
I've got last trial stuff.
It's I bet. Let me check.
Oh, maybe I saved it in all my PDFs. There was so many of them. It was like hundreds of them.
I'm pretty sure it's in there.
I've got the prosecution's list, but I don't know who's being called tomorrow.
The order. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
is there? Can we get it off the courts?
Yeah, let me go. Look.
Anywhere? That I might give you that hat, Mandy.
Sure.
Bring up our daily.
I'll go
witness
check.
list.
The order of service.
Yes.
Let's go see.
Because on the list that I've got for the prosecution, oh God, there is so many. It's ridiculous.
There is one thing that is beyond all doubt. The defense are going to have to up their court game on last time, because last time they were pathetic.
There's two things that are beyond all doubt, that nothing but a fucking tragedy occurred that night in the loss of John O'Keefe. Simple as that. Should not have happened.
Not true.
And
no one should ever have that happen. But
he gets forgotten in all of this, and the kids. It's just it's a fucking tragedy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, here's the witness list, but it doesn't have it.
So many.
Order. Oh, no. There is. Yeah, there's a bunch.
Yeah,
they just have
they've called.
They've
called Turtle Boy. And
Oh, this could be fun.
And I think they've called they have. They've put
Turtle Boy's on the list, yeah.
haven't they put the defense witnesses, the defense attorneys on as well? I thought they called.
The only defense that's going to, all these pop-ups that's supposed to testify is Yannetti.
So they've called Yannetti.
He's going to testify, yeah.
Is that to do with the phone stuff at the start? Okay.
Yeah.
Gretchen Voss is being called.
Yes.
Sullivan's getting called again. Crap.
These freaking pop-ups, dude.
Now, who was it that got? I thought Colin Albert had been taken off the list.
No,
he's been taken off the third-party culprit.
Yeah, no, she hasn't ruled on that. She said she would rule on it on day one.
Whether he's going to testify or not.
Yeah.
But she knocked him out of the third-party culprit defense, yeah?
No, she hasn't ruled on it.
Oh, I thought she had.
I
thought they were only allowed to use the Brian Albert and Brian Higgins. I don't know.
I could be wrong, but I don't think she's ruled on it. I'm looking now. No, you're right. He is being called by the defense now.
Who?
Hang on, let me make sure I'm right before I say. I'm looking at the defense's list.
Oh, Colin Albert.
Colin Albert is being called by the defense.
He's on the prosecutor's list as well, but I thought he'd been taken off.
But he has been taken off, and he's being called as a third-party culprit by the defense.
Yeah, he was named, but I thought she'd ruled that he wasn't.
Well, this just come out 13 minutes ago.
Ooh.
I hope the defense isn't going to try and run with that shit. That would be a mistake.
I've forgotten what we were talking about already. Oh, Colin Albert.
Yeah, trying to run the third-party culprit defense. It's the hardest defense to run, and that team is not good enough to pull it off.
Up first to testify, David Yannetti.
Really?
They're just going to knock that out first.
Well, otherwise he'd be on subpoena, so they have to get rid of him first. Is the jury sequestered?
I don't know the answer to that. Yeah,
It'd have to be, surely.
With all the stuff that's gone on, they've got to sequester the jury.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because some fucking idiot's going to try and get at the jury.
Good to see you, Iris.
Hey, Iris.
I've missed you. Where you been?
Is that the lady that comes up and streams with you?
No.
On your...
No.
Who's the lady that comes up?
Silver Diamond.
Ah.
We won't see her. She don't care about the case.
Well, she could support you.
She might come in and say hey, but we probably won't see much of her.
She's a grumpy old fart.
Is she?
No. Well,
she has her own channel, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does.
Yeah. Silver, you're a grumpy old fart. Come up here and prove different, bitch.
Oh, don't talk about her like that.
What
that's my
does she
girl.
stream on her channel?
She just does open panels, hangout streams.
And just talk.
Yep.
Cool.
Federal
I'm actually thinking.
And will you Australians stop killing Brits?
Wait, what?
Will you Australians stop killing Brits?
At the same time, the Kiwis stop fucking sheep.
2 British tourists have drowned while swimming at a beach near the Great Barrier Reef.
Well,
see,
you shouldn't go
fucking
swimming
Australia
with your period. You attract sharks.
Bloody Australians.
Oh, look, go and eat your ecky thumb.
Oh, go throw another wombat on the Barbie.
A wombat. Do you know what? Hitting a wombat on the road is like hitting a fucking brick wall.
Are you okay?
I shit you not.
Okay, let's see.
It's like hitting a brick wall. They will write your car off and walk away.
And probably smile at you.
I can't find the full defense list. The order.
No.
That's because you're old.
Well,
I'll have a look once we sorry. Oh, I just got that. Sorry.
it's not working.
Hang on. What? Wet Willie. Put your ear up. Wet Willie. What's
Oh,
that?
you two will have to work far harder than that to get it wet.
That's not the Tower of London. Is the London Bridge? Is it? Is that the Thames behind you or not? No.
No.
No. It's too
That's
country.
a bridge not far from my house.
Actually, I was really disappointed in the London Bridge because it was nothing. I thought the Tower Bridge was the London Bridge. The London Bridge is boring. It's similar to the London Bridge.
Okay, here we go.
Also, one of the bridges is now in Arizona.
Oh, right. Because they've
literally. We sold it and they moved it brick by brick to Arizona and put it up.
In a desert.
Yeah, Americans will buy any old tap.
Yeah, it just has them in alphabetical order, and it just says Yanetti's up first. That's all I can find.
All right. They might just bring that up every day.
I've got this civilian list and the expert list, but...
Well, if anyone happens to find it, would they mind popping the link to one of us? Pretty please.
If y'all want the list of witnesses, I'll put that in the chat. But it is
I've only got the prosecutions.
It is in alphabetical order. Just be aware of that.
Says mine, yeah.
Just remember, if you do send the link to Mandy, you need to remind her 5 minutes later that you've sent it her because of her age and the menopause.
Wait, I just found it. There's
been many a stream.
Wait for it.
Here it is. Okay, I'm going to put the link in the chat. Here's the list.
Sweet. Thank you.
This is the defense list.
That's the one I don't
Okay.
have.
All right.
Alrighty then. Good work.
Guess who's up after Yannetti? Brian Albert.
Of course. So if I copy that.
Guess what I just noticed? It's in alphabetical order. By last name.
Really?
Well, it was every time she read it off, it was in alphabetical order by first name. Did you notice that when she was reading it off? It was in alphabetical order by their first name. Well, now this one's in alphabetical order by last name. I'll be dagburn.
I'll be dagburn.
I'm sorry, I'm a little country.
I'll be doggone furious.
Oh, okay. Well, you can go do time out for a little while. Thank you. Thumb state transparency.
What happened? What did I miss?
No, nothing. Just a nobody being nobody.
Oh, well, we're gonna have to. We need a troll patrol. Any mods fancy kicking a little ass?
Irish don't mind doing it. I'm telling you what. That girl is savage.
Teresia won't mind either.
I have her as a mod on my YouTube and on my Twitch because she will mod hammer somebody in a second.
I love it. Love it. I missed it though. I was looking at the witness list and didn't have my StreamYard screen in front of me. Nabbit. So we're kicking off 9 o'clock. That's the court start time tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning.
My lovelies.
I will. You're not the only one that goes to Twitch. Fritz Jedi goes over there with you. And y'all talk crap to each other.
And yeah, if you could reach out to Nurse Kim, that'd be awesome.
I already did, yeah.
But particularly when the medical examiner is testifying.
Absolutely, sure.
I mean, she's welcome anytime she wants. Is she covering the trial or?
I don't know the answer to that. Yeah, I don't
No.
know.
All right, sweet.
But we're going to have a
And
few special guests pop in from time to time.
Absolutely, we have a few. Yes. Who did you say, Mike? Law Talk with Mike.
Well, yeah, he didn't really want us to announce that, but yeah.
Oh shoot! Sorry.
That's
Sorry.
Okay. It's all right. And maybe Miss Shorty.
I'll
might be
retract
popping
that.
in.
Law Talk, Mike.
Yeah, maybe Miss Shorty will be popping in.
Yeah.
She's got to work, so she's going to be covering it on her
She
channel,
works hard.
like bits and pieces here and there.
Recaps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Recaps.
Yeah, I've invited her as well.
Oh, good.
And,
I love her.
and Uncivil
Uncivil is
is
going
still
to
up in the air.
He's going to cover it one way or another, but he might be covering it with us, which would be great.
Absolutely.
I do too.
It'd be nice to have a legal representative, to get that particular perspective.
And if somebody's wrong, he'll say they're wrong, whether he likes it or not. He'll say it. Yeah. So that's what I like about Uncivil.
Yeah.
I like working for him a lot.
It is what it is. You see, it is like what you get is what you see.
Yeah. Yep.
That's
Kurt is great. Yeah.
Black is white and white is black, and that's all there is to it. The law, according to him.
Yeah.
Not according to Hank Brennan, though.
Yep, that's why we have Dan down in the basement where he deserves to be. I'm just picking on you.
Nothing against Hank Brennan whatsoever. Nothing. Don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, I know that I've just got to carry you two dead weights. I know how it works.
What is your opinion of Hank Brennan?
I would say, to answer your question, it might involve.
Yeah.
Do you think he's a good prosecutor? Honestly.
Yes.
Look, I appreciate a good argument, and I appreciate a good skill set. And I think we're going to see fireworks between him and Jackson. That's my prediction. But I think he's going to play dirty, and that's what I don't.
That's fair, Jan. Go. You can read on it. That's fine. I will say that he is better than Lally, which is saying not much, because Lally was doing himself no favors, no favors at all. But yeah, he is.
What if anything?
Yeah, what if anything? What if anything? Yeah, he is better than Lally, so I will give him that much.
Now we also do. It's part of my tradition on my channel that every trial we cover, we have an inaugural dipshit award. Okay, so anyone who wants to nominate someone from the trial for this award needs to write their name, the person's name that you're nominating, capital letters in chat, and we will keep a tally as it goes, and we'll present that dipshit award at the end of the trial.
Very nice.
I will say though, Brennan already has 2.
Well, shoot, that worked. It doesn't count because you didn't spell her name right, so sorry.
Oh, you mean Prosector Brennan?
No, he didn't spell Karen Reed's name right.
Oh, didn't he? Dipshit. Yes, yeah. So
I'm sorry, I've still got to dominate Lally, even if he doesn't talk.
Alrighty, folks. Well, should we wind this intro up and get some beauty sleep? Because Dan definitely needs it.
I have no idea what you mean.
Thank you, guys. It's been nice talking to you guys. This is going to be fun, so make sure you join us, okay?
So until next time. Oh, come on, we rehearsed this.
Yeah, no, I'm just being mean and throwing you under the bus by making it look like you ain't done shit.
Avoid the kangaroos; they're dangerous.
No, you're the British
Oh, I am. Oh,
Dan's the Aussie.
oh, I don't know.
Cue Dan.
No, I'm just being awkward and throwing her under the
you're
bus
an
now because
arsehole.
she's been
You're
mean
an
to me.
arsehole. Well, that's my job. You told me to give as good as I got.
I know, I'm just winding you up because it's fun.
all right, Dan.
All right.
Say something about America,
No.
No,
Australia.
Australia.
just remember, folks, never trust an Australian and always count your fingers after you shake their hand.
Like Confucius say, never eat yellow snow.
Oh my gosh.
And Miss Mandy, until next time.
What was I supposed to say about British? I don't remember.
See, I told you she was old and forgetful.
Stay away from something British.
Oh, okay. Stay away from the tea.
English brekkie tea.
Yeah, whatever.
All right. Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll work
Just
on it.
remember, you can always get sick there because they have universal health care.
And until next time, stay away from Hank Brennan, America. Bye-bye.
It's been 12 months since I quit, and so much has passed us by. Such a scattering with evidence, and some blatant flat-out lies. I bet he wears those silky undies, the ones with that jean made of lace. So you can bring in Massachusetts, cause we all ain't got no quit. And we all know that the truth is my car